everyone, welcome to Drinks with Jenny. In today's video, I'm going to be participating in a tag that has been going around on Instagram, 5 non-beer things about me. I was tagged on Instagram from No Hype Beer Reviews, so I'm finally able to record the review, or not review, I'm so used to doing beer reviews, 5 non-beer things about me. I'll have to start with number 1 is that I'm an only child. I've always wanted to have siblings, but my parents just never did. Especially as I get older, I will be 31 next month. I think about this a lot. It would be nice to share more life experiences with a sibling, and as my parents get older as well, I think about these things probably more than the average person does, but it would be nice to share that with someone, a brother or sister. Just one, at least one is what I would have liked in life, but I still would probably want to be the oldest sibling. But it's always interesting when I tell people that I'm an only child. I always get like a weird reaction because either they think I have been spoiled my whole life or I just act a certain way because I'm an only child, which is, I don't think that's really a fair assessment as well. I always also wanted to be a twin. I think that would have been really fun. And if I ever have kids, I would love to have twins because I think that would be awesome. Even though twins do not run in my family at all. So I spent a lot of time alone as a child. My parents worked a lot, and so I'm a little bit introverted. I don't know if that comes across in my videos, so I was very shy growing up. And I think if I had a sibling, it would have probably helped me in social situations when I was younger, but I had become a little bit more talkative over the years. So that would be number 1, the fact that I'm an only child. I think it's a big part of actually who I am, so I think it's kind of interesting. Number 2 is that when I was in 6th grade, I decided that I did not want to live in the town that I grew up. I grew up in a kind of a small town on the east side of the state of Michigan, and I was like, I'm out of here. I was like only in 6th grade, but I knew that I wanted to move to Chicago. I'm like, I do not want to stay here. My parents were born and raised in the same town. They lived there their whole lives. They're still there. They never left, but they love it. My grandparents all live there. My aunt, my cousins, most of them still all live there. They love it, the country life, and it was not for me. I wanted to leave. I hated having to drive like 20-30 minutes to get anywhere. So I knew that a big city was for me. So I did end up moving to Chicago. I went there for college. I went to Columbia College Chicago. And so I lived there for a few years, and I really love the city, and I miss city life very much so. I've also lived in Grand Rapids twice. I am still in Grand Rapids. I don't know if I'll stay here forever. I really do like living in Michigan, but I don't know. What else? Oh, I've also lived in Mexico City for a while, which I find very interesting. I loved it. It's such a big city, very fascinating. I love the culture. So sometimes in my beer reviews, you might have noticed I make reference, like especially if like a guava beer or something, reminds me of my time in Mexico. I really loved it. So I love not staying in one place and having those experiences. So maybe I will settle in Grand Rapids, maybe I won't. Only time will tell. Number 3, which kind of goes along with number 2, is that I love to travel. I didn't travel as much as a little kid because my dad worked a lot, but when I got older in high school, we started traveling more. Mostly within the United States. I got family vacations because my mom hates to fly, so like we never went to Europe or anything like that. But I've seen a lot of the United States, and I think the United States is a great place to travel and to visit. There's so many places to see. So I like to travel at least a few times a year, and I'm a big proponent in like small trips, even day trips. I feel like people here do not do enough day trips, and I think I get that from my parents because they love to go on drives. Like on the weekend there was a thing to go on Sunday drives. I don't know who does that, but they do. So I don't mind driving. I love driving to the lake, going to the different Michigan lake towns year round, not just in the summer as little day trips. So you don't have to travel far or anything, but that's very important to me, is to be able to travel. Whether it's locally, I love the Midwest too, traveling to the Midwest and throughout the U.S. I was just in California which was a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll get to do some more international trips, like to Europe. I really want to go to Ireland and Iceland. Those are at the top of my list. And also South America. I really want to go to South America. So traveling is a huge part of my life, and I would like to incorporate more trips if I can. Let's see. 4, I was born with hip dysplasia. And if you Google it, you mostly find it in dogs, but I was born and my right hip is a little bit off, so it causes me to have some hip problems. I had to wear like triple diapers when I was a baby, and that it kind of fixed the issue, and they thought it was fine. And growing up, I was not very athletic. I played softball for a couple years, but I was never into really sports. So I think if I was, that my hip injury would have come up. But when I was in college, I got really into running. I was trying to be really fit and healthy at the time, which I still am, but I can no longer run. I was running a bunch of half marathons, a couple a year, and I loved it. I wasn't fast or anything, but it was really nice to be able to run. And I was training for the Chicago Marathon, and I fell along the lakeshore on a busy summer weekend, and that was really embarrassing. And I scraped my knee, and then my hip was just killing me, and so I went to a physical therapist, and then I went back to my hip doctor from when I was a little baby, the same doctor, and yeah, I was like, you can't do this anymore. So I have to do very low impact exercises now, and running is just too strenuous on my hip. So it was a little devastating, and I'm a little stubborn. So that was kind of hard, but I've just come to terms with the fact that I'll never be a runner, because I also don't want to have hip surgery when I'm 40. I'd rather just, take it easy and do other things. So I love hiking and walking, long distances and that sort of thing. So yeah, so I have hip dysplasia, which not a lot of people have, I have come to know. What else? Number 5. And for my 5th thing, this is probably going to be the weirdest and strangest thing ever, but I cannot go down escalators at all. It's my fear in life is going down an escalator. And all the people in my life have tried to get me to go down an escalator, and I physically cannot go down an escalator. I know, it's crazy, right? But the story goes that I was with my mom and my grandma. I think we were at Hudson's, so I was probably 3, and they went down the escalator without me, and I was just standing there. They say it was going up, but I'm pretty sure it was going down, because then I don't understand my fear. But I just didn't join them, whatever way the escalator was going, and since then, since I've been 3, this is one of my first memories too. I'm I can't go down an escalator. I have tried, but I can't do it. I will just stand there, and there's just something about taking that first step and going down an escalator that I can't do. There have been a few situations throughout my life that I've almost had to go down the escalator. I remember we were on a vacation in DC, and we're at one of the museums, and apparently DC is not very elevator friendly, at least when I was in 9th grade, which was a long time ago now. But and my dad was getting really mad and frustrated with me because I was not going down the escalator, and I'm in tears and sobbing. And then I couldn't go down the escalator, and then finally after 40 minutes they were we have an elevator in the back you can use. So I remember that being a big problem. Also the subway in DC, I remember having to go out of our way to go to different stops because of escalators. I'm sure it's changed. I have not been back in many years. Hopefully it's changed for those who cannot physically go down escalators. So I will take the stairs any day. Airports, I'm carrying my luggage down the stairs than the escalators. I won't even do the sky, what are they called? So the moving walkways in airports and malls. I won't even do those. I'll just walk alongside it. I can go on those things, but I just choose not to. I can go up an escalator. That does not bother me, so I will do that if possible. But if there's stairs, I'm always going to go up the stairs over the escalator any day. But I'm really not afraid of heights. Like, I can be up high and look down, and that does not affect me at all. Like, that's fine. That's normal. I don't get scared or have any fear like that, as long as like I'm like in a safe, secure thing. So yeah, so I know that's super strange, and it's a real pain for people who are with me, because they want to go down like the escalator, and I have to find the elevator if there's no stairs next to the escalator. And sometimes like the elevator's like in like the weirdest location, and so then I get separated from the group, and it's a whole thing. So I know it's a pain, but yeah, so that's my weird fear in life, that I cannot go down an escalator, and I will never be able to. It's just never gonna happen. I have tried, but it's just not. I also cannot go down zip lines, so I think that's somehow related to my escalator phobia and fear. So I think those are 5 things about me. I hope that this was interesting. I'm not sure. It's kind of fun learning about non-beer things from different beer YouTubers. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And thanks to No Hype Beer Reviews for tagging me. And yeah, so I will see you next time. Cheers!